Hi everybody, Joanne MacInnis from Aberdeen Home Care. I've been proposing on my radio program, Caring Voice, and on my daily live broadcast at 104.9, both 104.9 FM, that self-care is a really important part of what we're going through right now. And it is a universal truth that you have to put your own oxygen mask on before you can help others. So particularly for those of us in healthcare and in the caring professions all over the place, it's important for us to do some inventory about how we're doing. If you have got nothing to do with healthcare, and if you are not in the helping professions at all, this applies to you just as much, because we're all upside down and we're all living in a completely abnormal environment. Everyone's calling it the new normal, and I guess it's true, but it doesn't feel very normal to any one of us. So a self-care inventory starts with the inventory. And I propose that we separate ourselves into three components: spirit, mind, and body. That's who we are. And so let's start with our body. And I'm going to suggest that this is best accomplished by writing it down. Writing is such a cathartic thing. I love that image from Harry Potter where they take the wand and they pull the memory out, with the wand, and they put it in the water and you can see the memory. It makes it such a tangible experience. And so writing down on a daily basis where you are and what your reality is for that day, I think is very useful. It may feel odd or uncomfortable in the beginning, and if you're better on a keyboard, I am better on a keyboard, then go ahead and do it that way, whatever works for you. Let's start our daily journaling of self-care inventory with body. Body is the vessel that we live in for this lifetime, and it's important that we check in with what's going on. Our body's affected by so many things. We are a complex and amazing creation of neurons, neuroreceptors, chemicals, and all of that is going to affect how we think and feel. So let's start with our body. And on a daily basis, if you can ask yourself, am I well? And exactly what about yourself is well? If you're rested, if you're warm, if you're clean, if you're comfortable, if you're wearing comfortable clothing, if you've had good nutrition, if you're hydrated, and likewise, if you're unwell. So often, don't we say, oh, I feel miserable, or you're talking to people at work and they say, oh, I feel so lousy. Not your whole being feels lousy. I mean, maybe you have a sprained ankle and that's making you feel lousy, or you have a sore throat. Maybe your wrists don't hurt and your knees don't hurt. I'm just saying it's not an all or nothing thing. It's not either or, sometimes it's both and that's another universal truth. So taking inventory of your body and kind of doing a body scan. Start from the top of your head and go down. Am I having a headache? No, my head feels good. My ears feel good. I can breathe easily. Do a whole scan, head to feet, and make a notation of what you find. And then, how would I like to feel better than I do? Well, if I'm tired and fatigued, I'd like to feel better. So maybe what I'm going to do is take melatonin tonight when I go to sleep, or I'm going to try to eat more protein, or I'm going to take 2 walks instead of 1, or 3 walks instead of 2. Or I'm going to go to bed earlier or hydrate more. Any one of those things that can make you feel a little bit better than you do, how you would like to be feeling. And then the third step is what do I implement? What kind of life changes do I make, even if they're small, to make myself more comfortable? So let's start with the body. We're going to do a head-to-toe assessment. We're going to write down what's working well, what's not working well, how we'd like to feel, and then what we can do to make ourselves feel better. And that's going to be a daily part of our self-care inventory. Stay tuned for 2 more clips where we're going to talk about mind and spirit. Okay, take care.